Well, the Giants don't get the sweep on the D-backs, but now the Giants fall back under 500 at 67 and 68 on the year, I think. This is Giants Roundup on Wednesday, August 29th. In the final game this year between the Giants and the D-backs, they are done playing Arizona for the season. You can follow on Twitter, join the Creek and Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. The Bats just went to sleep tonight. Derek Rodriguez was mortal tonight. He allowed 3 earned in 5 innings pitched, walked 4, struck out 3, looked more like a rookie pitcher tonight. Zach Godley looked more like an ace tonight. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run. And he did hit 3 batters. But I was a little surprised that the Giants did not initiate any retaliation tonight. I kind of thought that we would have the mentality of if you're going to keep hitting our guys, we're going to hit one of your own. So the Giants did avoid drawing the warnings, and they were not intentional. Godley was wildly effective. But normally after 2 or 3 hit batsmen, you normally want to hit somebody to send a message just to get the warnings in place. And Goldschmidt walked in, reached on an error. Goldschmidt was pretty much neutralized in this series. This was just the one series, and then the Giants only get 3 hits in this game. Joe Panic 1 for 4. Andrew McCutcheon 1 for 4. Gorkas Hernandez 1 for 2. And then it started with Steven Souza Jr. homering to left in the third 1-0 Snakes. Nick Ahmed singles to center to score Sterling Marte 2-0. Souza again doubles to left, scores Ahmed 3-0 D-backs. And really that should have been a ball that really, I think Austin Slater could have had a better should have caught that ball. That's just poor defense on Austin Slater. Second game in a row where Slater's been a liability on defense. And I think maybe Friday he should maybe ride the pine along with Brandon Crawford. Crawford had another error tonight at home. I think back-to-back nights, Crawford's had an error. So I could see a situation where we may. So granted, I can't believe I am advocating for this. I think Friday, Hunter Pence should play left field. I think for at least Friday night, it's time to have Slater sit, have Slater ride the pine for a game. Same thing with Crawford. Too many errors right now. I think Crawford needs to sit for a game. You have Alan Hansen play shortstop Friday night. Send a message that you're going to be benched if you keep committing errors. That's just uncharacteristic. 14 errors on Crawford. That's normally I don't see that many errors out of Crawford in a single season. And Crawford really has not been great as of late. His batting average has dropped down to 260. And we remember before the All-Star break, he was hitting 300. Now that average is down to 260. So, and he's not been great defensively either. That's the big concern, is the defense has suffered a bit as of late. So I think maybe Brandon Crawford should ride the pine on Friday. You start benching him if he keeps playing. If he keeps committing errors, he can watch the game from the dugout. I think at this point, maybe benching some players for poor performance is going to maybe send a message that no matter if you're Crawford or whoever, if you're not going to be committed to playing good defense, you're going to be sitting in the dugout. So I think Friday night, Crawford sits. Alan Hansen will be your shortstop Friday night. And then the Giants got their teaser run in the 8th inning when McCutchen singles. It scores Hernandez 3-1, and that would be your final right there. Giants do fall to 67-68 on the season, 7 games back. Arizona keeps first place as of right now, depending on the results of the Colorado game, which is still... Oh, never mind. They're a half game up on Colorado, and they are a game up on LA, with Arizona now playing a big series starting tomorrow against the LA Dodgers with first place on the line. And as for the Giants, they get a night off. Then they finish off the homestand against the New York Mets Friday night. Starting Friday, it'll be a 3-game series against the New York Mets. I'll say one thing, the Giants actually won the regular series on this 11-8, so 11-8, so you know what? I'll take that. I think it's likely going to be it will likely be Derek Hollins starting your Friday. Will likely start Friday against see, it's Derek Holland against it'll be Andy Suarez against Zach Wheeler Friday night at AT&T Park, as they will conclude their series conclude the homestand against a 3-game series against the New York Mets. It'll be Wheeler and Suarez to end the month of August. Then September 1st, the first day rosters expand. We'll do that be part of Friday's show. Part of Friday's show will be who's likely coming up on the expanded rosters. And that will be Steven Matz against Derek Hollins Saturday afternoon. That is a 1 o'clock game. We'll be on after that, so it'll be a nice afternoon. And then to conclude the homestand on September 2nd, it will be It will be Thor, Noah Syndergaard going up against Chris Stratton. And a Stratton that's really pitched excellent as of late going up against Thor, Noah Syndergaard, who's not looked great since returning from injury, actually. So we'll see. Take advantage of the Mets if they want any hope of staying relevant in the playoff race. Then after that, they go on a tough road trip. They will go on a tough road trip after that to Denver. Never an easy place for the Giants to play is out there, Colorado. And then after that, they will go to Milwaukee. And this weekend, with playoffs on the mind, Colorado heads to San Diego to play the Padres. And certainly the Friars would love nothing more than to play spoilers here down the stretch, too. So you got to watch out for those spoilers. I am going to take a look at the standings to see where the Giants' tragic number is at this point. For the Giants, the tragic number in the division is 24. In the wild card, the tragic number is 22. So there's your tragic numbers as in terms of the playoffs as of right now. As I said, Colorado, Milwaukee, this is not going to be an easy roadie. They could really be close to being eliminated if things don't go well on this next road trip. But first, take care of business against the New York Mets. Easier said than done. Steven Duggar was placed on the 10-day disabled list with a shoulder bruise. We don't know if he will be back this season. And back for one last go-around is fan favorite Gregor Blanco up for the Giants, and he'll be back for the rest of the season. We'll see it probably just a little bit of a farewell tour for Gregor Blanco. Maybe he'll play some center and left field during the month of September. I think we will be seeing a bit more of Hunter Pence here during the month of September, with September being the farewell tour for Hunter Pence. So certainly we will see a lot. Maybe we'll see quite a bit of, especially if they do find a trade partner for Andrew McCutchen. You could realistically be seeing Hunter Pence play right field for the month of September as kind of a farewell present to him. And yeah, September's here. And then you'll see probably Blanco as the fourth outfielder. But, Slater's got good hitting, but the problem is that defense needs to get that defense up a bit, or else they may have to look at other options this offseason. And we'll see. There's a lot of injuries today, a lot of injury news. One of the bigger injury news was over in the OC today, as Albert Pujols will be shutting it down for the year. He will have arthroscopic knee surgery. He's done for the season, maybe even done in an Angels jersey. We'll see what happens. There is certainly going to be a lot of changes this offseason in Orange County, and Artie Moreno could be inclined to maybe pay him $87 million not to play for the Angels. And that's what's owed to him between now and 2021. And they're certainly going to look to assemble. They are going to, and I think the Angels are going to be out. Artie Moreno is going to be out, really trying to put a roster together this offseason to have the Angels contend with to keep Mike Trout in the OC. And they will definitely be after Bryce Harper to try to bring him to the Angels next year. So we'll see what happens there. Tough luck there. David Price leaves with a bruise. X-rays were negative there. That's good news there. The A's just can't keep pitchers healthy. Brett Anderson lands on the DL. His season might be over. And now Oakland may have to make a last-minute trade. Possibly with the White Sox. They need to maybe start having that discussion about bringing big game James Shields to Oakland in a potential trade. But yeah, the A's are going to have to go out and acquire another starter here. And I think their best bet would be to give the White Sox a call. And James Shields may only cost them cash considerations at this point, or a player to be named later. But they did bring back Frankie Montas, and they did bring back Daniel Mangden to shore up the rotation. But I definitely think an insurance starter is definitely going to be needed here before the month of September. Why not give the White Sox a call and bring James Shields or Marco Estrada to the A's and try to shore up that rotation. Edwin Jackson's been leaking has been leaking oil a bit for the A's. So with the playoff race still intact, we'll see what happens. I expect David Forst to do something here in the next couple days, whether it is maybe a Gio Gonzalez, maybe might be a Gio Gonzalez, might be a James Shields, it might be somebody else. Stranger things have happened with the September call-ups, but can you trust Frankie Montas and Daniel Mangden here in the month of September? And I want to see the other injury news for today. It looks like, okay, wrist injury. Looks like he's out till September 3rd. They got good news there. Oh, and then Cleveland gets some really bad news on Andrew Miller today. He's going to go on the DL. He's out for the season. That is really tough luck for the Indians. Charlie Morton placed on the DL. That hurts the Astros right there. He's out till at least September 8th. So, yeah, a lot of big injuries here in the next few weeks. And for the Giants, as I said, we'll see what happens with Jeff Samardzija here. I'm wondering if there's any update on him. But at some point, it's looking like arthroscopic surgery at this point. It's just not a matter of if, but when the surgery is. And you know what? I think the next season's in doubt for Samardzija too. And it's really looking like, and it's really starting to sound like arthroscopic surgery maybe in Jeff Samardzija's future at this point. And they just can't delay it anymore at this point with that. And we'll see what happens. They haven't officially announced surgery, but I think they will be announcing surgery for Jeff Samardzija at some point here in the very near future. And tonight we did see I saw a lot of empty seats at AT&T Park tonight. I'm really interested to see what the attendance was, what the advertised attendance was versus the actual attendance. It's starting to look more like what Levi Stadium looked here during the years of Chip Kelly at this point. Tonight's attendance was 35,626. Yeah, that was, I think that's the lowest paid attendance number I have seen in a great while at AT&T Park. And the attendance looked much lower than what was the advertised attendance for tonight. And I think this is what September is really going to look like here for the Giants. I certainly think seats are going to be cheap here. And I think fans are ready for the 49ers here. I'm kind of glad tomorrow the 49ers will be playing on a night where the Giants are off. I probably won't be seeing Jimmy Garoppolo throw tomorrow, but we will see. But I'm anxious to see how Beathard does, how Richie James does. That kid's really starting to look good for the 49ers. Hopefully we'll see Pettis do something. We'll see if Bolden can make the roster. There's definitely a lot of roster decisions that are going to be made tomorrow night in the 49ers preseason game. So I'm anxious for that. But I think attendance will even suffer more once the regular season starts and Jimmy G's throwing bombs at Levi Stadium here during the month of September. And then, of course, later this year, after the season concludes, you start the farewell season at Oracle Arena for the Warriors. So that's going to be interesting here coming up. All right, let's go to the MLB Roundup for your Thursday night. We'll start off with the completion of a game suspended last night due to rain between the Cubs and Mets. Cubs win it in conclusion 2-1, taking the win. Jesse Chavez taking the loss. Paul Sewald. Ahmed Rosario goes 3 for 5 for the Mets. In Houston, the Astros get a big series win against the Oakland A's 5-4, taking the win. Roberto Osuna taking the loss. Jerus Familia, who surrenders an earned run in 1/3 of an inning pitched. And yes, former Fresno Grizzly Tyler White does it again. His 10th home run of the year. That was the big difference maker for the Astros. And Tyler White is looking like he's wanting to stay up in the show this time around. And it was not a good day for Trevor Cahill. 4 runs, 3 earned, and 3 1/3 innings pitched. And as I said, I bet David Forrest is out there trying to acquire another starter here before the August 31st waiver trade deadline. In Kansas City, the Royals beat the Tigers 9-2. Taking the win, Danny Duffy. Taking the loss, Michael Fulmer, who gets pounded for 7 earned in 3 2/3 innings pitched. Adalberto Mondesi, 2 for 3. Jorge Bonifacio, 2 for 3 for Kansas City. And now Kansas City at 42-91 on the season. And in the second game between the Cubs and the Mets today, the New York Giants beat the Chicago Bears today 10-3. Taking the win, Jason Vargas, who strikes out 6 in 5 innings pitched. Taking the losses, Alec Mills, 4 earned and 5 innings pitched in his major league debut. No, not a major league debut. Okay. In a spot start. Jay Bruce going 2 for 3 for the Mets. Wilson Contreras goes 2 for 3 for the Cubbies. Not a good day for Randy Rosario. 3 earned and 1 2/3 innings pitched. James Norwood, 2 runs, 1 earned, and 1 inning pitched. And then Jacob Rame, 2 earned and 1 inning pitched for the Mets. In San Diego, the Padres beat the Mariners 8-3, taking the win. Joey Lucchesi, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. And taking the loss, getting pounded again, Erasmo Ramirez, 7 innings, 7 earned, 3 innings pitched. Seattle is in big trouble at this point. And I think Jerry DePoto's job could be in jeopardy at some point. Eric Hosmer goes 3 for 5. Luis Urias goes 3 for 5 for the Friars. Manuel Margot, 3 for 4. Dean Segura goes 2 for 3 for the Mariners. And then Ronis Elias, an earned run in 5 innings pitched in garbage time. Colton Brewer, 2 earned and 2/3 of an inning pitched for San Diego. In Miami, the Patriots beat the Dolphins 14-6. taking the win is Tyler Thornburg. Taking the loss, Adam Conley, 3 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. Brock Holt goes 2 for 2 for the Red Sox. Eduardo Nunez, 3 for 4. It's his 9th home run on the year. Blake Sweetheart, 2 for 4. Drew Rucinski, 2 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. Drew Streckenrider, 3 earned without recording an out. Javi Guerra, 3 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. David Price leaves the game early with an injury today. 3 earned in 3 innings pitched. Hector Velasquez, 2 earned in 3 innings pitched. In Baltimore, the Orioles get a rare series sweep as they beat the Blue Jays 10-5. Taking the win is Sean Gilmartin. Taking the loss, Danny Barnes. Adam Wins goes 2 for 3. Randall Grichuk, 3 for 4. Evan Travis goes 3 for 4 for the Blue Jays. Travis hits his 11th home run on the year. Baruki gets pounded for 5 earned in 4 2/3 innings pitched. Alex Cobb, 5 earned in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Barnes, 2 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Ken Giles comes in 3 runs, 1 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. In Philadelphia, the Phillies beat the Nationals 8-6. Taking the win is Seranthony Dominguez. Taking the loss, Jimmy Cordero. Roman Quinn goes 3 for 5 for the Phillies. And another poor outing out of Gio Gonzalez tonight. 6 earned in 5 innings pitched. Jake Arrieta, not that much better either. 3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. In New York, the White Sox beat the Yankees tonight 4-1, taking the win, Reynaldo Lopez. Taking the losses, CC Sabathia. Ryan Lamar goes 3 for 4, hits his 2nd home run of the season. And yes, the White Sox may finally have an ace in Reynaldo Lopez. In Cincinnati, the Packers beat the Bengals tonight 13-12, taking the win, Jeremy Jeffress. Taking the loss, Raisel Iglesias. Billy Hamilton, 4 for 5 before leaving the game. Have yourself a game in Milwaukee for Christian Yelich. 6 for 6. And he does hit for the cycle tonight. The first cycle since 2011. Freddie Peralta goes 5 earned in 4 1/3 innings pitched. Matt Harvey pounded for 5 earned in 4 innings pitched. Michael Lorenzen, 3 runs, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. David Hernandez, 3 earned. And the bats were certainly going tonight. Tucker Barnhart, 2 for 3 for the Reds. Kirk Casale, 3 for 5 for the Reds. Lorenzen had a hit as a pitcher tonight. Mike Moustakas, 4 for 6 for the Brewers. As the Brewers continue to try to stay alive in this playoff race. In Cleveland, the Twins beat the Indians 4-3. Taking the win is Trevor May. Taking the loss, Cody Allen, who surrenders 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. And Robbie Grossman goes 2 for 3 for the Indians tonight. Cole Stewart, 3 earned and 4 2/3 innings pitched. In Atlanta, the Rays beat the Braves 8-5. Jalen Beeks gets the win. Sean Newcomb takes the loss, gets pounded for 6 earned and 4 innings pitched. CJ Cron goes 4 for 5 for the Rays. Johan Shamargo goes 3 for 4 for Atlanta. Hits his 14th home run on the year. Diego Castillo, the opener, 3 earned in 2 innings pitched. Luke Jackson, 2 unearned runs and 2 innings pitched for Atlanta. Tampa Bay, Andrew Kittredge, 2 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. In Arlington tonight, the LA Dodgers beat the Texas Rangers 3-1. Taking the win is Alex Wood, who pitches 7 scoreless innings for the Dodgers. Mike Minor takes the loss. Kenta Maeda actually converts a save for the Dodgers tonight. Cody Bellinger hits his 21st home run on the year. Manny Machado, his 8th home run as a Dodger. And Yasmani Grandal, 22nd home run on the year. And in St. Louis tonight, the Pirates beat the Cardinals 2-0. Taking the win is Trevor Williams. Taking the loss, Miles Mikolas. And I wonder where the Colorado score is. I think Colorado, didn't they play today? Something doesn't look right. I'm looking for some score. No, I guess not. Colorado did not play tonight. Wow, that's weird. But it has been a strange baseball season at this point. And let's go down on the farm for tonight. In the PCL action. The River Cats beat the Isotopes 2-1. Taking the win is Tyler Herb. And Herb rebounds after getting shelled by the Fresno Grizzlies last week. Jordan Patterson goes 2 for 3 for the Isotopes. David Holmberg, 2 earned and 6 2/3 innings pitched. Tyler Herb, an earned run, 7 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. Tyler Rogers gets the save. And it might be too late for this year. Still, what might have been with Tyler Herb if he hadn't gotten hurt this year? Herb is definitely going to be a kid to watch in 2019 for the Giants. The Grizzlies fall to the El Paso Chihuahuas tonight, 6-3. Brock Dykeshorn goes 5 1/3, 5 earned, 4 strikeouts. Cianel Perez, an earned run, and 1 2/3 innings pitched. Colin Ray gets the win for the Chihuahuas. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Jerry Keel, 2 innings pitched, 3 earned. And we shall see which Grizzlies starters are called up to the Astros here in the coming days with all the injuries going on with the Astros, because that could really affect this upcoming playoff series between the Astros, between the Grizzlies and the Chihuahuas here in the PCL playoffs. And let's take a look at the standings while we're at it. As we are approaching the playoff, Labor Day is the final day of the season. The only division that's not been decided yet is the American Northern, with Oklahoma City falling 2.5 games back of Colorado Springs. With 4 games left in the season, Memphis clinches the Southern. Whoever wins the American Northern will play the Memphis Redbirds. All right, this will conclude it for tonight's vodcast. We'll be back on Friday night after the Giants-Mets. And as I say, Friday we will talk more about who's possibly coming up here, as it'll be the 31st. Start talking about September rosters here on Friday night. Everybody have a great Friday. Have a great Thursday. Enjoy the Niners tomorrow. Let's get a win. Let's just look good and cut down on those penalties so we can have a good season here. Let's just let it ride here during the month of September. Good night.